Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. It's a wonderful day today and it's way too warm for the season. Some years we still had snow, but look at this. No snow inside, you know. There you can see the orchards blooming beautifully there, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this one here, my Lincoln Town Car. And now you may wonder, why I see at the cemetery? Well, first of all, it's just a beautiful calm place here, but second of all, maybe that's where the owners of these town cars are, because they were usually elderly people that bought them back in the day. Who knows? This vehicle here is now 18 years old, will be 19 years old. So these vehicles, they are getting old, they are aging. So but no, that's not it either. Or maybe it is because the town car is just junk and it belongs to the cemetery, you know. Done with it. It's not as good as people say. What do you think? Well, recently, you know, there are a lot of people who love the town car. It's like a whole scene around Panther platform cars that developed. Younger people too, you know. I mean, I'm not ancient, but I'm not all young either. But a lot of really young guys like the town car all of a sudden, or the Crown Victoria, or the Mercury Grand Marquis. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on, a lot of groups about it, you know it all. But I also get a lot of people all of a sudden saying that town cars or Panther platform cars are not that good, that they are kind of junk, that they're not as great as people say, that people just jump on the bandwagon and just fanboys. And you know, it doesn't offend me, but I've had Panther platform cars since the 90s. So I was a very young guy when I had my first one. So I know these cars and I never had any issues with them. I had some air suspension had to be fixed, not on this one, a different one. I think I had coil packs done. I don't remember. It was so minor, such minor stuff. Anyways, so I went on ChatGTP, and I also went in some of the groups like from Facebook, and you know, that the typical groups that people talk about these cars, and I looked at what people think or say that breaks a lot at them. And one thing that both say is that the intake manifold can crack. So, but there's plastic, you know, and it can crack over time, and of course that leads to coolant leaks, you know. They said that that's very common, but some say it's only common on the older Panther platform versions, you know. So as for this one here, it's still solid. Yeah, nothing's cracked, so I think we are good to go. But that's something I heard a lot. Another one, the air suspension fails. And at the rear, of course, it doesn't have it on the front. Now, that's true, that can happen, but I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't blame that on the car. That's just beast of the nature, or whatever you call that. I mean, they are rubber big airbags, you know, they're sitting underneath there. I can't show them from here, and they get brittle, you know, they have micro cracks, and then the air comes out. That happens. That happened to my Crown Victoria. It was a 92 model, and it was a daily driver, and I parked outside, and that happened. So yeah, it happens, you know. They leak air and then they sag, correct. The air compressor worked on mine still, it didn't break. Some say that breaks too, but mine didn't. And not a big deal, you just buy new ones, put them on. It's actually a pretty easy repair, and it doesn't cost that much either to do that repair. So I wouldn't hold that against the car. And if you don't like that, you can always convert it to good old steel springs if you want to do that. So not bad. That I think is not the worst repair Not the worst that can happen with your town car. And then we have the blend door actuator from the HVAC system. So it causes that there's no heat or stuck temperature, and you hear that, you know, that clicking noise. When you turn it on, you hear clicking noise behind here. It's like some clicking noise. That's a problem I heard before, that can happen. And I remember there's some YouTubers that had that happen with their vehicles as well. Again, I never had that problem either, but I know that's a pain. You know, the dash has to be partially disassembled, all this, and I don't know, I think I could not fix that myself, of course, but I am pretty sure it's doable. Just yeah, keep that in mind. So if you buy a town car used, start it and play with the heat. Listen if it keeps clicking and clicking and clicking, so it can't turn the blend doors behind here for the air, you know, to switch from hot to cold and all that. So I would be cautious with that as well. Then steering and suspension wear. So ball joints, control arms, bushings that they wear out, loose steering feel, and clunks over bumps. Yeah, I've seen or heard some old, you know, police interceptors or old taxis that clunked, were really clunky and loud when they were driving. So that's reasonable, but I think that depends on the mileage of the vehicle and how well it is maintained. I wouldn't that hold against the town car either. I mean, that can happen on any vehicle. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, some vehicles, they wear out faster, earlier than other vehicles. That's correct. I don't think the town car or Panther platform car is part of that, but maybe I'm wrong because I have a low mileage model here. But you know, I had an old 92 Crown Vic and that had a ton of miles, and that didn't have it either. So I'm kind of yeah, I'm kind of you know, neutral with that one. That's definitely something to think about though. Then the recalls, you know, I recently had one of my viewers say that town cars are notorious for the recalls and have tons of recalls all the time. I call not true on that one. You know, I kind of looked it up in 2011, sorry, the last year there were 3 recalls, 3 recalls, 2006 2, 2003 there was only 1 recall. So those are not many recalls for a vehicle that has been running for over a decade. So that is pretty reasonable. Look at new vehicles, even new Toyotas. Then you see what a recall really is and what it means to have a lot of recalls. Town car, not so much. Also worth mentioning is the heater core, water pump, driver door sagging, door module, lighting module, and it's being said that that's very common. The door sagging, yes, I've heard that the doors sag. They are very heavy on these cars, so they can sag. That is definitely true. Water pump, I mean, that can happen on any vehicle. That's not something I would be concerned about on a town car over. The door module, it sucks if that goes, because it has certain functions that won't work anymore. I never had that happen, but I've heard it, but I can't say that I heard it a lot, like it is a really bad problem. The lighting module, I think that one makes it so the lights don't work in certain modes, or some of the lights don't work. I'm not sure. I also heard that happens a lot, but I can't confirm that either. And when I looked it up in certain groups, it was mentioned now and then, but not really like it's something you have to replace all the time. Someone made it sound like it does, but I don't know. Maybe if someone's here that knows better, you guys can just discuss it. I'm not a mechanic. I may be wrong, and that's fine to be wrong, you know. We always learn. The bad part about that is I don't think you can buy these anymore. But the good thing is they're fixable. You know, you can open them up and you can fix the module yourself, or have someone else fix it as you please, you know. What else is there? Not much else. That's about the common issues that I read about with the town car. So yeah, it's I still stand with my words that it's a good car, and if you want a car that even a daily driver, if you don't drive too much, it's a great car. If you want a hobby car, an occasional car for a road trip that's nice and comfortable, and you like older vehicles more, it's a great car. It's a great buy. I still stand by that. Of course, I know they're getting old. There's parts that you can't get anymore. There are parts that will be brittle. That's just normal with older cars, and we have to deal with that. So get some spare parts if you want to make sure. Which I'm not the one to talk, because I don't have any more spare parts. I have a set of headlights still, but they're not as good as the ones that are on. But I don't have a lot of spare parts. Yeah, do that, and you'll be set, you know, with your town car, Crown Victoria, or whatever you have. So typically these vehicles were driven pretty slow by older folks, and then sometimes young kids ran them to the ground though, so be careful what you buy. Lower mileage vehicle is always preferred in my opinion, or higher mileage vehicle from someone that really was over the top with maintenance and took good care of the vehicle. So next stop is the gas station, which is not a pleasant place right now with the current gas prices that we have. The current situation isn't the best, and its outlook isn't very positive. So, but that doesn't stop us. We should still keep our hobbies and drive our cars and be happy, and we can do that while still being smart, and maybe try to save here and there to yeah, to make sure everything goes good in the future. You know what I mean. All right guys, thank you for watching again. I appreciate it every time. Let's open up that saggy door here. Yeah, mine doesn't sag much, maybe a tiny bit, but yeah, it's all good, you know. I'm happy where I am with my town car. So, you know, the easy entry mode here on the driver's seat is something I really don't like. I also heard that that can break from constantly going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I think, I mean, it sounds rude, but it may depend also on the driver, how heavy the driver is. What do you think? I don't know. I didn't have it broken either, but apparently that happens. So, beautiful day. Found a quiet spot here too. It's blocked off there. There's a car coming up there now. He's probably gonna blast by here, throwing all the dust on me. Yeah, that's the times when the HEPA filter, like in a Tesla, comes in handy. So you don't breathe anything in, you have no smells. That's great. So sometimes newer cars have advantages too. What is it? It's a Maverick with a boat. Look at that. Which is weird because the state park's entrance is on that side there to get in, but maybe there's someone who was cheating fee or something. I don't know. I'll have to drive down there with another vehicle one time and see what I'm getting. So clicking the seat belt so we don't get a ticket, and off we go. So thanks for watching. I hope I see you soon again and on the channel, and as always, have a wonderful evening or day or night, whatever it is, and talk to you all soon.